After her husband left her, she saw something in the oven that changed her life. For 3 years, Amanda and her husband had been trying for a child in vain. She thought this tough experience would only strengthen their bond, but she was unfortunately proven wrong at the very moment she thought she had her life together. After years of trying, the couple was finally hit with good news. They were expecting a child, a new life to join their house and warm their hearts. They were finally finished with their house renovations that lasted 2 years, right in time to welcome a baby. Everything seemed to be finally falling into place for Amanda, and this only made her heartbreak worse when she had the biggest shock of her life. Amanda's world fell apart when she woke up to the news of her husband leaving her. Now that things were finally getting better, her life partner and lover decided to bail on her and fail their wedding vows. The news came like a wrecking ball. Their relationship was fine, and there were no signs that indicated her husband was planning to leave her. At 36 weeks of pregnancy, drowning in debt from the renovations, Amanda had to figure out a plan to get her life together once again. With her pregnancy and the massive debt she was in, it wasn't possible for her to deal with everything on her own. She leaned on Anna, her best friend, for support as she tried to make sense of it all. Throughout it all, Anna was there for Amanda. She witnessed her best friend go through her first heartbreak, wedding day nerves, and even the first fight with her husband. Amanda wanted nothing more than to vanish from the rest of the world. She only got out of her bed to either use the restroom or eat. She stayed home for 5 full weeks, in which she hardly saw sunlight. Anna was struggling to lift her best friend's spirits, but she had no intention of giving up on her best friend. Anna dragged her to the bathroom and assisted her in getting ready. When Amanda couldn't even get out of bed, she cooked her food and painted her nails. When she saw that things weren't getting any better, she decided to act. For the last time, she dragged her friend from her bed and helped her get ready. Amanda was taken aback when she found herself in a house full of strangers. Anna then motioned for her to turn around and pointed to the monitor behind her. What was Anna showing her? Amanda kept her gaze fixed on the screen, trying to figure out what was going on in her house. Many people were making their way into her house, and she had no idea where they came from. Amanda had the nauseating feeling that her husband was involved in whatever charade was going on. And then it hit her. Did her best friend have anything to do with her husband leaving? Had she been blinded to ignore the big signs? Amanda suddenly felt a pang of fear at the prospect of Anna siding with her husband. She didn't know who to trust anymore. She fixed her gaze on the strangers on her screen. When they arrived at her unkempt kitchen, she was distressed and embarrassed on the inside. She still hadn't unpacked properly after they moved in and was mad at Anna for not informing her that guests would be arriving. One of the men walked over to the oven and pushed open the door. After that, the camera revealed something inside. It was obvious to Amanda that it was a wad of cash. She almost fell out of her seat, gasping in awe when she realized this was the case. But still, this did not explain what was going on. What was the purpose of the cash, and who left it there? Anna was the mastermind behind everything. She wrote to the hosts of KI's 1065, the local radio station, and asked if they would allow her best friend to be featured in their Give Back segment. Kyle and Jackie O agreed to step in and assist Amanda after they heard her heartbreaking story. The Kyle and Jackie O Show is a Sydney, Australia-based morning radio show. It may be heard on KS 106.5. The program is hosted by Jackie O and Kyle Sandilands. They are well known in Australia for their givebacks, which is why Anna contacted them when she saw how bad her friend's situation was. Amanda and Anna were invited to make a guest appearance at the studio. The hostess told her that they were having a give back segment when she arrived. They went on to introduce Anna as the person who contacted them to bring this incredible story to life and share it with a large audience. Amanda was given the chance to share her story, and she told Kyle and Jackie O that the most difficult part was the uncertainty. It's been about 5 weeks since it happened, she said, talking about how her husband left her. And the biggest thing is just the shock, I guess because it wasn't really what we planned, or what I planned. Jackie was very sympathetic to what she was going through during her pregnancy. I really want to keep the place and raise my child there, but Amanda said. She didn't finish her statement, hardly keeping her tears, as it was clear she just couldn't afford to raise a child on her own, not after all the debt her husband left her. The hosts made contact with local businesses who agreed to assist her. It was their goal to make her situation better. The Middlesex Academy Learning Center generously donated $10,000 to assist her with her mortgage payments. Amanda didn't have to be concerned about becoming homeless, at least not for the time being, and this was only the beginning. The team surprised her by entering her home and showing her a vacuum cleaner from Scrub Online Cleaning Service, a local company that would clean her house and keep everything in order for months. She didn't have to worry anymore about keeping the house clean after giving birth. After that, they entered the kitchen and opened the refrigerator door. She was taken aback when she discovered that it was stocked with Eat Fit Foods products. She would now receive daily fresh meals from them for the next 3 months. You think that's a lot? There's still more to come. Amanda was surprised to see $4,000 worth baby equipment on the table: a car seat, baby monitor, change table, and even a stroller. In addition to that, Baby Village gave her a $1,000 gift certificate to use towards a baby photography session. Amanda was speechless. She felt the weight of the world lift from her shoulders for the first time in weeks. Amanda was overwhelmed by everything that had just happened. There were streams of tears falling down on her cheeks. "I can't tell you how much this means to me," she said. "This means I don't have to move." It was quite touching to see her say this through her sobs. It was clear that she appreciated it. She could now unpack and settle into her new house in preparation for the baby's arrival without having to worry about the financial situation and keeping her house tidy while she recovered from giving birth. They were able to capture Amanda's emotional response to this great blessing. The video was uploaded on YouTube by Kyle and Jackie. The video has received over 5 million views so far. The caption said, "Amanda and her husband were trying for a child for 3 years with many failures. Finally, she managed to conceive, and she is now 36 weeks pregnant with her first child." It went on, they purchased their first home and finally moved in around 2 months ago after renovating. Everything was looking up for Amanda and her young family. However, it all came tragically unstuck about a month ago when her husband left the marital home. What did Amanda discover when we put a camera in her home? All the comments agreed that seeing Amanda cry of joy after all she's been through was priceless. Many internet users commented that they were moved to tears when they first watched the video. However, joy was not the only emotion the commentators felt. An angry user wanted to know, what kind of sorry excuse for a man who tries for so long to conceive a child, and then, after 36 weeks of finally conceiving, leaves her with a mortgage she can't even begin to pay? The comment finished the rant by asking, what was it? Did he realize only after 36 weeks of pregnancy and renovating a house for 2 years that he wasn't fit to be a father? So many questions. And unfortunately, even Amanda can't answer that, as she still can't link the dots as to why her husband left not her, but his own unborn child behind. We hope she gets a healthy baby who'd make her forget all she's been through and start a new chapter of her life surrounded by people who love her.